For RCR Wireless News, I'm Sean Kinney, and we're here at the Solid booth at Mobile World Congress 2017 in Barcelona. Joined today by Ken Sandfeld to learn a little bit more about the product launch that you made at the show.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we've launched the platform we call the Genesis solution. And Genesis is all about solving for the middle price, which, as you know, is a very large multi-billion-dollar segment of the market that is very underserved. And that's what we're here to launch today.
So Ken, this really is a whole new approach to addressing the middle price in terms of in-building wireless coverage. Can you take us through how this solves not only the technical problems, but also some of the business problems we've been seeing in the middle price?
Yes. So the middle price, the reason it hasn't been solved for so long is it's been a very unbalanced relationship between the building owner and the carrier. So what we've done is we brought a solution set together called Genesis, which brings in business models as well as software technology and hardware technology to bring everything all together. So what really is the key to it is really what we call Genesis Racks. And Genesis Racks ultimately allows the building owner to own the signal source, all right, and be able to scale for the capacity that's needed in that building. And ultimately use that to form a tight relationship with the building owner.
So this new approach to addressing the middle price, it really is a game changer.
It's a huge game changer. I mean, we're essentially flipping supply and demand on its ear, right? No longer will a building owner have to talk to the carriers about supplying base station equipment and trying to entice them into doing something in the building. The building owner will have complete control of the solution and will ultimately become a capacity supplier to the carrier. So the carrier will end up demanding that capacity from the building owner. And they truly will have a strong partnership and what we like to call a balanced and equitable relationship. And so it really changes the game because it allows both parties to have a win-win.
So Ken, how do you think the Genesis will be received by wireless service providers that have really struggled to address this huge market?
Yeah. So far, they told us it's a game changer as well. We've heard everything from wow to this is revolutionary. Ultimately, they really like the model. They really like the solution. It's cost effective. It allows the carrier to do what the carrier likes to do best, which is provide service, have a very sticky, close relationship with the building owner, and ultimately reduce their risks and increase their control over the system. At the same time, the building owner is allowed to build their infrastructure and their ability to control their destiny for capacity. So it's a win-win. The carrier has access to much more capacity, much more service to their customers, and so does the building owner. So it's very much a win-win. It changes the game completely.
So this really is a big announcement from Solid, but let's look ahead a little bit. How are you guys going to continue to evolve in the way that you address the market?
Yeah. So in addition to the Genesis Rack solution, which obviously is the cornerstone and the capacity source for the system, what you'll see from Solid is a continued evolution to be able to supply solutions for the middle price that reduce the overall installation cost, equipment cost, and overall ease of use. These systems have to be deployed with limited technical knowledge. They still have to be designed by RF engineers and things like that, but they have to be easier to deploy, easier to manage, and they need to be something that the building owner can understand. And coax and those type of things is typically not something they've liked in the past. And so it's going to be a lot more network-like or IT friendly, right? But ultimately, the Genesis Racks combined with that is what makes the whole solution come together.
So tell me a little bit more about the technical side of Genesis and the functionality there.
Sure, absolutely. It's actually very simple architecture, but it's extremely powerful next generation architecture. Genesis Racks, first and foremost, is a multi-band, multi-operator vRAN solution. It's a virtualized radio access network solution. And ultimately Racks, which stands for Radio Access Exchange, is designed to be able to flex from a capacity perspective, which means it can be programmed for any band, any operator, anywhere in the world, right? It also can scale from basically dozens of users all the way to over 3,000 users. It's extremely scalable, and it needs to be. To serve the middle price, we need to be able to scale to serve any operator and any capacity levels in that environment. Mind you, it is designed specifically for the middle price space, It's not designed for large venues and things like that. It's really designed to be in building and designed for that segment of the market. But it does so with that level of feature set.
Ken, you've used the phrase middle price, which is a really genius term that Solid coined a couple years back, but can you tell our viewers really what that means?
Absolutely. The middle price is a segment of the market. Sometimes we call it 100,000 to 500,000 square foot in size. It's also the segment of the market we like to look at as a pyramid. So the top part of the pyramid are things like large venues, convention centers, airports, stadia, that kind of thing. The bottom portion of the market is home application, residential. In between there, you have a lot of buildings that just don't meet either of those criteria, and neither the carrier nor the building owner has figured out how to solve for that space. So it's a multi-billion-dollar segment. It's growing extremely fast, and there aren't a lot of solutions that have actually solved for it. So middle price is ultimately a unique set of criteria in the size of the business and the buildings that allow us to focus on that segment, which is so large.
Genesis sounds like it's really perfect for addressing the commercial real estate market where we've seen so many pain points.
Yes, it's absolutely tailored for it. Whether you're a REIT or like a Class A office manager or owner, it's tailored to be able to satisfy things like Class A office buildings, which DAS in the past was never able to do. It just wasn't working out. Now with racks combined with the new generations of DAS technology, we'll be able to solve for Class A office buildings and high rises that we've never been able to capture before. It absolutely has a unique feature set designed to be able to handle that.
Ken, tell me a little bit more about how Genesis Marketplace really solves for the business problem.
Absolutely. Genesis Marketplace is key to the whole business model solution for Genesis. Ultimately, when a building owner hires a contractor, integrator to build a system like this, there needs to be a way for the building owner and the carrier to have a relationship, a direct relationship. So what Marketplace does, it ultimately brings that project to the forefront to the operators. It basically displays it in a list fashion online in the cloud, kind of like a real estate listing, where the wireless operator now can see that listing, see that project, and see that there's additional capacity for them to potentially connect to. As part of the marketplace, the operator can see that, and they're a member of Marketplace, they'll be able to instantly access that capacity and also come to a pricing agreement all online. So there's no need for complicated process, lawyers. It's pretty much all established on a national level. So it basically, think of it as the Uber, Airbnb app. It brings two parties together and it allows them to have that business relationship quickly and effectively and cost effectively for each other. And it really establishes that relationship.
Ken, I really appreciate you sharing Solid's perspective on the in-building wireless space and how that's being addressed with your new product, the Genesis.